Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. For those of you who are already subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. It supports me a lot. It makes me know which kind of videos you people like to watch. So I'm very thankful for each and every one of you. Yeah, I know I have not been posting for like 1 week now. I'm so sorry for those of you who have been checking on me if everything is okay. I have been filming, but I haven't edited the videos. I think I'm very self-critic. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to post something which has a meaning, and I don't want only to post for the sake of posting. So sorry guys for making you wait. Yeah, so in this video today I want to speak about self-care because today is Women's Day, and I thought I will come here and share some tips with you people, because I know like 96% of my followers or my subscribers are women. I know there are also some men, but not so many, so that's why today's video is dedicated to women, because today it's 8th of March 2019 and it's Women's Day. So let's get back to the video. The first thing I'm going to speak about is practicing taking care of yourself. Now as a woman, we have so many things going in our mind and our lives, and that makes it very difficult, or it makes it very easy for us to forget ourselves. Because for example, if you have a child, a day has 24 hours, but you find yourself like 19 hours or 20 hours of the day you are just, your mind is just about the child or your children or your family. This is why I want to come and give you now a few tips how I manage to take self-care, to practice self-care. Yeah, because I found it's very important, because as we all know, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Yeah, so the first thing I do is trying to go to sleep earlier. That means before I had a child, I could even sleep at 3 o'clock in the night and wake up the following day very fit in the morning with no problem. But now you see, those times I only had time for myself, and now I have to take care of another human being. That means I need energy for two and not anymore for one. So you can try going to sleep earlier than your usual sleeping routine, and yeah, then you will see the outcome will sure be much better than if you go sleeping too late. I have come to realize that when I don't go to sleep before 12, before midnight, I have difficulties waking up in the morning, and this is something I have been trying to practice the whole of 2019. I don't manage every time, because now I have Netflix, and if you have Netflix or whatever, you know what I mean, somewhere where you can just watch films without end, it's very tempting, especially if you're watching series, because you watch one after the other and the other, and then before you check the time it's midnight, you know. And I have come to realize when I go to sleep before midnight, I wake up feeling more fit in the morning than when I go after midnight. Yeah, the second thing is wake up early before everyone. Now this is for people who have children or husbands. Next time, try to wake up before anyone else, and then take breakfast on your own, or just a cup of coffee. Even if it's just 10 minutes before anyone, it is much relaxing than if you wake up as all people. And I have come to realize when I wake up earlier before my child and his father, then I'm more fit for the whole day, because now I have enough time in the morning to rewind and plan my day. Yeah. The next thing is take breakfast. Now this is something which is very easy to say, but very difficult to practice, especially if you're a working mom or even if you are a stay-at-home mom, because in the morning, like I said, if you don't wake up early before other people, the first thing you do when you wake up as a whole family. Now, just the nature of a mother, you will wake up first of all, start taking care of the child, looking that the breakfast is made and this and this and that, and in this thing, before you realize it's again after noon. So practice having breakfast or a drink which you love, and you will realize that your day will be much better than if you haven't taken breakfast. And less time on social media. Now this is something for everyone who has internet, smartphones. We all know how easy it is to get addicted. Now this is something which not many people speak about, but I have realized now. I went on Instagram, I think 2 weeks ago, and there's a function you can look how many hours you spend on Instagram, and to my shock, it was showing me that I spent at least 2 hours in a day on Instagram. Now someone out there will raise their eyebrows very high, but I am swearing to you, if you can track how many hours you spend on your smartphone, even if it is not only Instagram, it can be Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or wherever you are watching. I don't know what you're watching, but my point is the screen time, the time you spend, the time, I don't know where's my smartphone, the time you spend on your smartphone. It doesn't matter whatever you are doing, but you will be shocked to realize how many hours you spend on that smartphone. So this is something I have been trying to limit to the minimum, and I have realized that you can do other productive things other than only staring at your mobile. Or if you have to stare at that mobile, for example, when I also love watching videos of other people in YouTube also, but now, for example, I only follow people who really add value to my life, because there was a time I was just going to watch these videos because when I didn't have Netflix, because the TV is boring and there is too many advertisements, I could just go to YouTube and watch any kind of video. But now I am only watching a video which brings value to my life. I don't follow any people who don't add value to my life, because this is time of my life. You cannot just waste your time. And also, we are what we consume. Sometimes if you follow people who make you like your life is more or less than it is, it means that these people are not adding value to your life. So you have to know, everyone has to know which and what kind of people they want to follow. So yeah, if now this is a tip for if you have a child or children. Spend time with your children. I know it's very easy as a parent to feel overwhelmed, because children are very demanding. But sometimes we can, if we spend less time in the internet, social media, staring at other people enjoying their life, and if we take this time now to play with our children or take them outside, especially if you live in Australia, you exactly know how important it is for yourself and also for the children just to go out of the flat or the house. Because because in Australia, for example, in winter, sometimes it's so cold, and it can be very tempting just to stay in the house, because no one wants to go out and freeze. But the moment you get out of that house, you realize how the fresh air. You know, it's so relaxing, and you get to do activities with your children, which is very important. Yeah, so try spending time with your children, or if you don't have children, you can spend time with your loved ones, because now, especially for example for people who live in Austria or Germany, I only like to speak now about Austria because I live here. I can only give you my experience according to where I'm living. I will not come here and give you now example of someone who is living in Kenya and I don't live there. So sorry if you will always keep hearing Austria, Austria, Austria. But because it's now somewhere where I'm living, and I can only give you points according to my life, what I have experienced, because now it can be more helpful than if I just speak in general. Yeah, so do something which makes you happy. Now, as a woman or as a human being, we all have different kind of tastes. Even if we have our husbands, our boyfriends, our children, our grandmothers, at the end of the day, we. You have to know yourself. You have to know what makes you happy, and after you know what makes you happy, then go get it, do it. For example, me, I love dancing. I love dancing Zumba, and I find myself when I go and dance with other people who also love dancing Zumba, that it gives me such an energy to move on, and then the life becomes more interesting. It can also be an activity which you love doing alone, because sometimes, for example, I also have other friends who don't like dancing or dancing in public. So just look for an activity which you love doing, and if you don't like to be in groups, it can be also reading a book or yoga or going outside in the forest and, I don't know, looking for mushrooms. Now this is something which Austrian people do. They just go in the forest and look for mushrooms and then they cook them and eat. I never saw this something in Kenya, but now actually I have come to love these mushrooms. They call it in Austria they call it Schwammersuppe. So also you can go to yeah, you can go outside and get to know or meet other new people. For example, me, sometime when I'm in the shopping center, I just speak to people, and sometimes I get very negative reaction, but I have learned to deal with this kind of reaction of people. I have to learn to know if these people, I speak to them or I say hi and they don't speak to me, it's not my problem that they have such a bad mood. It's their problem, you know. So, and it's not all the time that people are so negative. This is just a very small percent. And yeah, so you just have to learn how to move on and do what makes you happy. Learn something new. Now we all know that we have a system which sends you to school, and then after school you can go to college, and then after college you can go to work and then get married and get kids. So at the end of the day, you have a life which is somehow defined like in a box, but sometimes you have to get out of this box and be adventurous. Now this is for people who are between 20 and 35, because after you start a family now, you will have a little bit of limitation, because first of all you have to take care of the small kids, and so if you're still young out there and you're watching this video, please be adventurous. Do something you have never done before. Challenge yourself. It does not have to break your bank. Just start small by small, like the little children. They start by one step, and then the next time they are running and crawling and doing other things. So start small by small, and as the time goes, you can do bigger things. Learn something new. Be thankful for what you have. Many times we forget what we have, especially now in this generation of social media. The more time you spend in the internet looking at people's profiles, which I also do sometimes, but for example, if you watch someone who travels all the time and you have never traveled, I swear you will feel like your life is shit, you are worthless, you are so poor. But the thing is, you don't have even to go out of the continent or out of the country. It can be just somewhere in your area you have never been before, and it will make such a big difference if you just get out um, and travel and learn something new. It can be cooking. For example, the last 2 years I taught myself how to make chapati, how to make pancakes. Now I'm so proud of myself, and when I get in the kitchen I can just make chapati today, tomorrow, and it is something which I used to know like it's so difficult. But I went to YouTube, I checked for a simple chapati recipe, and the funny thing is it is so simple. But when I was growing up, chapatis used to only to be made for Christmas or for birthdays or for weddings. This is, it always used to seem like the most difficult task in the world. So until I was 20, until now, I settled down with 26, 27. I have taken 27 years of my life to learn to make chapati. I know someone will laugh at me, but if you have grown up in Kenya and you are in my generation, you exactly know what chapatis meant. Now I don't know, I think this is not it is not for the whole of Kenya, but for the majority of people, they exactly know what I mean. Driving away. Now this is for people who have a car, and if you live in Austria, I have found since I got my child, sometimes when the going gets too hard, I get in the car and drive. When I'm coming back, it's so relaxing. There's something which driving makes in my mind, I don't know what. And also small children, for example my son, when I put him in the car behind, I don't even need to drive 1 kilometer, he just falls asleep. So there must be something about driving the car. So if you are a young mama there and you are watching my video, or if you are, even if you're not a first timer mom, or maybe some people who have been moms, they exactly, maybe someone can relate, at least even if it's only one person. But there's something about putting small children in the car. They sleep, they can sleep there like even for 2 hours. So if you are a young mom out there, today is Women's Day. If you have a child who stresses you a lot, she has or he has difficulties of sleeping, and you have a car, try one time putting them in the car seat behind. Just drive, even if it just drive out of your home, your house, drive a little bit. You will notice that they will become more calm. I think it's not all the children who love cars, but I think 98% or at least 96% of children love cars, and they love sleeping in the cars. Now this applies for both girls and boys. There is no limitation that only boys love the cars because they are boys. No, no, no. I have also seen small girls who love sleeping in the car a lot. So yeah, that was my point. It also will help you relax when your child is relaxed, because it's all about self-care. Yeah, talk to a good friend. Sometimes if you have a very bad mood, if you feel like life is so difficult, if you are a mom, and sometimes it's very easy to feel overwhelmed, especially when the children are, in German you say Wachstumsschub, when the children are, I think it's a growth spout, I don't know, because every child is difficult. We cannot compare every children and put them in one bowl. We have to know that every child develops at their own pace. So sometimes if you feel like the life is overwhelming, call someone. But now my point is, don't just call anyone, because you don't want to call someone and speak to them about this something and then they make you even feel more guilty. Try to speak to someone who has exactly who you know she or he has exactly the kind of words you want to hear. Thank you for watching my video, and if you are not subscribed to my channel and you loved this video, please subscribe to my channel for more videos and share with your friends, comment, leave me any suggestions of a video you would like to see, and I will see you in my next one. Until then, take care of yourself and be happy. Bye bye.